poor. All my life I've always been poor. Ooh, they're getting me bloody sunglasses on. A bit bright, isn't it? Whew. Hello friends, how are you? I hope that you're very, very well. So I thought, because there are some new people around, I thought I would do a little Q&A. So on my Instagram, I asked people to ask me questions about acting, and specifically the musical that I'm in, because I am, as well as being a big fan of theatre, I am also an actor, and I'm in a musical at the moment that's going to be in London at the Playground Theatre from the 8th of November to the 8th of December. So if you want to come and see it, please do. But yeah, I asked on my Instagram for some questions. So if you want to follow me on Instagram, it is at @AmyLovatt_. That's me. Let's just jump into it, I suppose. So Keely asked, what was it like walking into the first day of rehearsal? I'll be honest, I was really, really nervous. The thing is that this is a brand new musical. There's nothing to compare it to. There's not so much kind of pre-show work that you can do. Normally when I'm going into a show, I will really study everything and work on the accent. I'm using my own accent in the show. I got like an early draft of the script when I signed on to the production, but then we didn't get the actual script until like the day of. It was quite nerve-wracking because I was going into it and I was like, oh my goodness, what's it going to be like? It's always interesting when you're working with new people to see the way that they want to work, like how a director wants to work, how a musical director does, what the cast are like. What I will say is the cast were amazing. On the first morning, I spoke to a couple of people, and then I met Sophie, who's playing Andra in the show. Everyone else was introducing them to each other, and we were just chatting about musicals, and I was like, we're gonna be friends. We introduced ourselves to everybody in the production team, then we did a full read through of the show, went for lunch, and then when we came back we started learning the music, which is what we did for the first week. Lily said, in kiss scenes, I don't know if you've ever done one or not, do you really kiss that person? So yes, I have to kiss somebody in the show, and you have to really kiss them. It's acting, isn't it? It's not real. Gabby asked, will I stage door at Fanatical? Yes, I will. You know, if there's anybody there, I will definitely come out. I don't know if anyone will be there, but if they are there, I will also be there, ready for hugs and everything else. Everything else, that sounds wrong. Katie asked, what do I take to a rehearsal? Very good question. I'll show you. I always take a big old backpack, so I will always have with me a hairbrush. I will take my music folder. Oh my god, where's my script? Well, I left my script at rehearsal this week. Poop. That's so annoying. Well, I will have my sheet music, which has all of my score of the show. I also always have a notebook as well, so I can jot things down if I need to. Deodorant, chewing gum, a pencil, lip balm, and normally a highlighter, but I can't find it. But that's basically what I take, and a water bottle with lots of water in it. Law Denton asked, how important are showreels and are they easy to make? Showreels are relatively easy to make if you've got the footage. If you don't, they can be really time consuming and really expensive. A showreel is basically a mini video of all of the work that you've done. So if you've been in a lot of stuff where they've recorded it and you're able to kind of splice the best bits together, you can create one yourself on like iMovie or Final Cut Pro or whatever pretty easily. But if you don't have lots of footage, you have to pick the right scenes, possibly hire other people, filming equipment, lighting. Like, there's just so much that goes into it, from creating something from scratch rather than just gathering the footage you already have. I would also say that a bad showreel is worse than no showreel. It can possibly portray you in a worse light than you are. I mean, they are important, especially if you're looking for an agent or sending stuff to casting directors and things, but they're not imperative. You don't like super duper need them. Muf Copine asked, are you in the ensemble? Yes, I am. We have a very small company. It's only 8 people. And me, 2 of the guys, Theo and Amber, we play the trio. And so you will see lots of them because I am going to be doing weekly vlogs when we're in the show. So you will see lots of them because we are together at all times, basically. And we have so much to do. When you are an ensemble member, you are not playing one character. You're constantly switching between things, and there's lots of little things to do. Every single thing that happens on the stage, you're all accompanied together and everybody needs to work together as a team. The ensemble are there to support the story, and it's a lot of work and it's very hard. It's such a learning curve. I've learned so much on this job already. Yes, I am in the ensemble. Sorry, I went off on a tangent or two there, didn't I? Aaliyah asked, do you find Tech Week as stressful as everyone else does? I'm pretty chill in Tech Week, I think. I was like, can I have some questions about acting? Fiddle Spittle said, what's your favourite food? Well, do you know what, I'll tell you, I really like bread. I love bread. Bread is the best. Bread and Lurpak. Eugene Griffin said, do the pros outweigh the cons? Definitely. There are definitely moments in every show that I've been in where I'm like, I cannot do this, I am useless, I'm rubbish, I don't want to do it. In every single show I've ever done. And then you have a moment that's like, oh my god, this is amazing. I don't want to do anything other than this for the rest of my life. Yeah, I think definitely the pros outweigh the cons, like opening night, the experience that you have from an audience, just the fun that you have in a show. It definitely outweighs the cons. Definitely. What's the show about? Rebecca said. Well, I will tell you. So Fanatical is based around a group of fans, or a fandom, for this TV show and comic book called Angel 8. And we are holding a convention, the first ever Angel 8 convention. So it's a bit like Comic-Con. It's very much that kind of vibe. I've been to a couple of conventions and it's so true to life, it's unbelievable. I don't want to like give away the whole story, but it's all about the drama of the weekend. Things go wrong and things go right. It's like a little snapshot into so many different people at a convention. There's like the snapshot of like the stars and the actors who are at there, the cosplayers, the LARPers, like the artist alley, and then like the general stress of arranging a convention. It's such a beautiful show. There's so much heart and so much truth in it. I think whoever you are, you can connect to it. The characters are so truthful and so honest and so, I hate the word, but so #relatable. And you're like, oh my god, I feel the exact same way. I think the beautiful thing about fandoms is it's quite often people who don't feel like they fit in places finding the place that they fit, and the comfort and the love that is there in a fandom, and it's that summed up into a musical. And the music is gorgeous. Oh my god, I love it so much. Holly has asked me what role was the most vocally challenging. By far, Rusty in Footloose. I think if I was to sing it now, I would be fine, but at the time, I found it very, very difficult. She sings the song Let's Hear It for the Boy, and she goes right up at the end, and I just couldn't do it. And I said, you know, you've cast me in this role, is there anything we can do? And they were like, no, you just have to sing it. And I said, but I physically don't have it in my vocal capability. And they were like, tough titties. So yeah, it was a bit of a pain in the bum. Will asked, advice for people who suck at acting. So I think that people so often think with acting, they kind of don't look at the subtext and the way that your words are affecting the other people. I always think that the most important thing with acting is to see who you're talking to and how what you're saying is going to affect them and what you're trying to do with them. So there's this thing called actioning in acting training, and it's like, say this line, I confront you. So you're saying a line with the impetus of confrontation. It's actioning it to somebody else. That was a really, really helpful tool that I learned whilst training, and something that I use still to this day. And people watching, I think that seeing the way that people really do react with each other. I think the more that you are interested in people and the more that you are open to bringing different characters and different lifestyles and emotions and idiosyncrasies of people, the more that you're open to bringing that into you, the better you're going to be an actor. The better actor you're gonna be. I just had to restart filming because I've been filming for a long time. Not a question, but backstage tour, please. Esme, I will give you a backstage tour. 100%. Don't worry about it, babe. We're not in the theatre yet, we're still in rehearsals, but when I'm in there, I got your back. What is one show you could do in your sleep and one show you could never do again? One show I could never do again was Dracula. It was so hard. It was unbelievable. It was like a huge mammoth of a show. It was sung through. It was so much. And it was very physical. Dracula has so many locations, so trying to figure that out was insane. So many characters. It was crazy. It was very, very hard. A show I could do in my sleep, probably like something like Les Mis. I did it twice when I was like a kid, so do you know what I mean? But it's a show that just like everybody knows, do you know what I mean? I was saying like, the difficult thing with a new musical is you have nothing to base things off, you have nothing to research and whatever. And I was saying like, you go into Les Mis, you pretty much know what's gonna happen. Can you do a video on Glee? Yeah, would you like a video on Glee? I love Glee. I'm a Glee. I went to see Glee live on my own when I was 17 and sat with a lady and her child. If you want a video on Glee, let me know. I'll definitely do one. Do you need dance lessons to do musical theatre? Dance is very important. Some basic level is 100% needed, but there are a lot of shows out there that don't have so much dance in them. Like, for example, Assassins, we really did very little dance, but there was a lot of movement. So still being in tune with your body and knowing how it works and being able to pick up movement and choreography is still very important. You know, being able to do a triple pirouette definitely makes you more hireable, but it isn't like a complete and utter necessity. the more skills you have, the more hireable you're going to be and the easier life will be. Sarah asked, when you were younger, were you academic as well as arty? If yes, then was it hard to choose? I don't think I was massively academic. Creativity was definitely my strongest pursuit, but I remember when I was picking what to study after school, so when I went to do like A-level year at college, I did musical theatre. I did a B-Tech rather than A-levels, which is the equivalent, and I did that in musical theatre and only musical theatre, and my teachers were like, you should definitely do drama and maybe even music at A-level, but maybe do like an English language or something. But I was very headstrong and I was like, no, I'm gonna do musical theatre. So even if I did A-levels, they would have still been in a creative, arty way, or maybe media or something, but I was never into sciences or maths, like very difficult for me. Lily Jess Flack asked, can you cry on cue, and if you can, any tips? So I can cry in productions. I can't cry on cue necessarily. So if somebody said to me, cry right now, I wouldn't be able to cry because I'm not in the mental space that you need to be in. But if I'm in a show and it's a scene that kind of requires it, I can definitely get into that headspace that allows me to access that emotion, if that makes sense. I don't know if I've described that very well at all, but yes, I essentially can, I suppose, but only if it's in the right circumstances. Like, for example, so the other day, we were doing this scene from Fanatical that is quite sad, and it doesn't necessarily need crying, but I got myself into that mental state, so when we ran it the first time, I started crying and I was like, what on earth is wrong with me? Because I was in that mental space that was allowing the emotion to come through. I don't know if I've explained that well at all. Look at my hair, like a pineapple. It's Emily asked, do you have an agent? If so, do you have any advice on getting one? I do have an agent. I'm actually changing agents at the moment. They get like probably between 50 and 100 every day submissions of people wanting an agent. So have something that's going to make you stand out. Be honest and relatable and succinct as well. Super long emails. No. Maybe I'll do a full video on getting an agent. If you're interested, let me know and I will do that, definitely, because that is something I'm going through at the moment. Holsky Thomas said, what's your favourite part of being involved in musical theatre? There's so many things. It's near impossible to say exactly what I love. I love working with like-minded people. I love being able to play. I love the enjoyment I get from singing. I love working on something that's really difficult and then seeing it come to fruition. I love the way that the audience reacts. I love getting costumes and being somebody else. I love the escapism of being in a show. Honestly, it's endless, the amount that I love being an actor. Yeah, it's great. Morven said, how do you not get nervous while singing in front of people? I do! I get nervous all the time. I'm an overthinker, huge overthinker, and that's one of the worst things about me as an actor. I feel like it's not always ready for other people to see, and that's definitely something that is bad about me as an actor. I'm very able to admit that. But I think when I'm really comfortable with what I'm doing and very secure in myself, that's when I'm not nervous. When I'm like, do you know what? I'm doing this because I'm good at it. I don't care if people don't like it because I know that it's of worth. I think it just takes to a level of comfort and certain ability. Is that a word? Certainty. Certain ability, that's not... See, I told you I wasn't academic. Somebody just said, I'm a lesbian. Great, good on you. Hope asked, what was the audition process like for Fanatical? It was very simple, actually. So I got a call from my agent and said, they want to see you for this role. I worked in the morning, went along to the audition. In the middle of the day, so I was like, oh, on my lunch break, I'm going to an audition. Went in, I sang a couple of songs. I sang I'd Rather Be Me in a British accent. Because I went and did it in American. They were like, the show is British. Can you please sing this in a British accent? And I was like, so your best friend screwed you over? I didn't sing it like that, but I did it in a British accent. And then I left. I was probably out of the building for like 3 minutes waiting for the bus, and my agent phoned me and was like, yeah, they want you. And I was like, oh, okay. So it was very simple, very easy, very nice. And I went back to work and I was like, yeah, I got it. Tegs asked, what time do I have to get up in the morning to get to rehearsals? I get up at like 7:30, which is so nice because I don't have to be there until 10. It's lovely. Not having to get somewhere until 10 in the morning is prime. Somebody said, have you ever met Dylan O'Brien? No, I wish. I love Teen Wolf. Such a random question. I love it. Leah's Obsessions asked, has there ever been a moment where you thought, when you didn't think you... Has there ever been a moment when you didn't think you could make it? Every damn day. Honestly, I question my talent countless times a day. I think it's very normal. I think I possibly do it to an extent. Yes, I do. there we go. And the last thing to say is that I do have a discount for tickets for if you do want to come and see Fanatical, which I really hope that you do. If you're in London or in the UK and fancy visiting, please do come and see the show. I'll leave a link for tickets down below. I do have a special code for you guys who are watching. So we are having previews for our show, which run from the 8th of November to the 13th of November. And for you guys, if you would like to come and see it for just £8, you can do that. And there is a code Amy8. If you enter that in the discount code section, you can get tickets for £8, which I reckon is very, very well priced. That's like a Wetherspoons dinner. A Wetherspoons dinner or seeing me. I know you probably want to go for the Wetherspoons dinner. I'll be honest, same. But like, if you do want to come and see me, please do. So we're at the Playground Theatre in Ladbroke Grove. Honestly, I love the show. I hope you will too. I would love to see you there. If you then want to come for the rest of the run from the 14th to the 8th of December, please do come along. Just the code is only valid for during previews. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. I do hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that I see you at the show. I will see you soon. I love you with all my heart. Bye bye.